Okay, Jeep owners, I haven't done a video in quite some time. I know a lot of people have been having this problem with the Jeep Commanders. I have a 2007 Jeep Commander Sport with the 3.7 liter V6, and I keep it maintained. I do most of the work of myself, and everything's nice and clean. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus using my iPhone. So hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get this just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I keep it well maintained. Let me see. Let me get a flashlight too. Here it is. All right. So, like I said, I keep it well maintained. Very clean. I pretty much change everything myself. And lately, my Jeep hasn't been wanting to turn on. And I know I've been doing a lot of research. I've been trying to figure out, what's going on. I know I keep everything maintained. I change everything on time. I make sure everything's up to date. And this is 2013. So battery's pretty good. It's pretty much brand new. I barely drive my Jeep anywhere. So battery was fine. I tested it out. Alternator was fine. I tested that out. And I know the starter was fine. So I did a lot of research. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why doesn't it start? Some days it'll start, some days it won't start. So, and I did, a lot of people have been having this problem, trying to, been asking, what's causing this issue. And like right now, I took off the battery, so I have about like 118,000 miles. And people have been asking, what's the issue? What's the problem? Some say, did you check the battery? Did you check the alternator? Did you check the starter? You have to change the starter. The starter's bad. If you are like me and you maintain your vehicle, like this thing is pretty brand new. I wash it every single week. And like I said, I change everything myself. All fluids are good. Everything's pretty much brand new in here. So if you're like me, battery's good, the alternator's good, and the starter's good, I might have found a solution that might help people out. So I'll go into the car, and I'll show you exactly what you should probably look at if your battery, alternator, and your starter is perfectly fine. So let me show you real quick. By the way, before you do anything down under the car, disconnect your battery. Very, very important. You do not want to die in this process. So disconnect your battery. Very important. That's the main thing I tell all of you. If you're going to do this on your own, please disconnect the battery. So under the car, a little bit of a tight fit. See if I can get down here. If you take off your skid plate, go under the car, or the truck, whatever you want to call it. I call it a truck because this thing is huge. There's the starter. A little dirty, a little rusted, but never gave me a problem. Always started up. Just lately it's been, it has, some days it doesn't start. Some days it does. But the thing is that when I do start it, when it does want to start, it makes a big clicking sound, like an electrical spark or something, like something's trying to connect. So I checked the fuses, I checked everything, and it wasn't the fuses, it wasn't the battery, like I said, it wasn't the alternator, and it wasn't the starter. So I went under here, and if you look, you can just give this a try, because it worked for me. My car wasn't starting. I tried it so many times today and didn't want to start, and this is what I did. You see that wire right there? The yellow wire. I could try to reach, but things is such a tight spot. The yellow wire right there. It's a
very little connection right there that goes right into the starter. Okay? Sometimes that gets a little bit loose, and I noticed it. Because when I pushed it in, it actually pushed in. So make sure, that's probably the problem everyone is having, because it doesn't throw a code in the engine. There's no engine codes, no check engine light, there's nothing. And everyone's wondering, what the hell is going on? Why doesn't my Jeep start? And this is probably what's going on. And like I said, on YouTube, there's no videos. There's no one really explaining exactly what's going on, because obviously everyone's confused. I'm just trying to pass on my knowledge. I'm not a fully, full-blown mechanic, but I work on all my cars. I rebuild my own engines. I've done everything. I've done everything from, my 2002 Mitsubishi Galant that had, was fully built, and my SRT4 that I had, and now, I had a Jeep Commander. So I did all the mechanical work myself and never had a problem. So that yellow wire, push that connection all the way in as much as you can. Get it nice and tight in there, because if that connection gets just a little bit loose, the car won't start. So definitely make sure that is pushed in all the way. Another thing I noticed, and I don't know if everyone else has this, there's a ground wire right there, and it was touching the heat shield against the exhaust manifold. Make sure, what I did, I can't get a wrench up there. I might just do it some other time. Right now I'm tired, it's dark, I'm hungry, I gotta cook, and I just don't want to deal with it right now. But make sure that wire, that ground wire, is not touching that heat shield. I have to kind of pull it off to the side and kind of pull it towards me so it's not touching as much. But if you can see, there's a little bit of black mark on the heat shield, so it's kind of melting on there. So I don't know if everyone's is the same. Definitely get that out of the way. That looks like a really tight fit for anything, so I'm going to try that another day. But as of right now, I pushed that motherfucker in and my Jeep started. So I'm going to assume that that is the problem, is if that wiggles out just even a tiny bit, it's going to give you problems. Sometimes it's going to give you, to have your car start or not start. So definitely go straight to this. If your alternator, your starter, and your battery is good, and you know it's good, go straight to that. I hope this helps, a lot of you people out there with the Jeep Commanders. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll try to help you as much as I can, but as of right now, that is my solution, my knowledge, and my guess as of right now of what's going on, why your Jeep is not starting. Alright.